guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shavonne and welcome. I'd love it if you went ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of my crazy wild story times or my eyeshadow tutorials. Also, don't forget to look down below in the description box. I'll have all the makeup used in order to create this look, as well as my social media outlets. I've also kind of sort of started TikTok, so I'll have that listed down below as well. So today I decided to have a little fun with neutrals, and I want to do something a little bit different, a little bit more creative. So if you'd like to see how I create this look, then go ahead and stay tuned. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and take our Scotch tape, and I'm going to pull a little piece off, and I'm going to stick it on the back of my hand. And the reason why I do that is so I can take some of the tackiness off the tape. I'm going to lay it down twice. So that way when we place it underneath the eyelid, it doesn't damage that skin. That area has the thinnest skin on your face. So now I'm going to take this and I'm just going to place it right about there. And lay it down. Next I'm going to go ahead and prime the lid with concealer. And the concealer I'm going to use today is the LA Girl Pro HD Concealer in the color medium beige. I'm going to take a little dab, and we're just going to place it on the lid, and then I'm going to get my concealer brush and work this all around. I'm also going to take what's on the brush as well and clean up the brow just a tad. And then finish moving it around the lid. Now the eyeshadow palette we're going to be using today is the BH Cosmetics 42 color ultra matte palette. And the first shade we're going to start out with is this one right here. And we're going to go ahead and pack this brush and then give it a little tap. And we're just going to cover the entire lid with that so we can have a nice smooth surface for when we start adding the other colors. So I'm just going to dust this all over the lid, all the way up to the brow, just to smooth it all out and set the concealer. The next shade we're picking up is this brown, and we're going to go ahead and pack the brush with this shade as well. And we're just going to work this color right underneath the brow bone. And we're going to keep adding layers until we get it to the intensity that we would like it to be. So I'm just going to pull that across the brow bone and kind of flick it at the end. I like that this is a little bit lighter when you put it on, because that way it's easier just to add layers to get as dark as you'd like it to be. So we're just going to keep working this color right across this brow bone. Then we're also going to bring this down beside the tape onto the lower lid. Start to darken this up as well, adding layers. And then we're going to pull it across the edge of the lash line as if we're putting on eyeliner. Once again, adding layers to create some intensity and color. I'm going to take what's left on the brush and lightly dust it underneath the lower lash line. Next, we're picking up a small tapered brush, and we're going to go ahead and pick up this black. Now what I like to do with this black so we don't get a lot of fallout is I pack my brush and then I hold it over a paper towel. I have a small paper towel here, and I just tap it with my nail. So sit here and tap it with your nail. You can see all the fallout that would have landed underneath your eye. I kind of roll the brush around and tap it some more. And once I feel like I got most of the fallout off the brush, then I'll proceed to go ahead and add the color. So what we're going to do is start right on the edge of that tape, and we're pretty much freehanding eyeliner. So I'm going to go up to about right there, And then I'm going to start lightly packing it across the lid. Now we're not going to go all the way across. We are going to stop right around here. So it's a little bit past the color of your eye, like the center color of your eye. So we're just going to stop right there on the edge of that. And then we're going to start just packing the color. Don't worry if you get just a tad bit of fallout, because we're going to clean that up later. So that looks good. Now what we're going to do is pick up our concealer, and we're going to go back in with that LA Girls Pro HD concealer in the color medium beige that I showed earlier. And I'm going to take just a tad bit of this, and I'm going to put it right on the back of my hand. About that much on the back of my hand. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my concealer brush again. And what we're going to do, this is kind of hard to explain, so I'm just going to show you. I'm going to try to explain it. This is a little bit harder to explain. So what we're going to do is go ahead and hit the corner, the inner corner of the eye, and just pull it across the lid, kind of outlining the top of that black we just laid down. And we're focusing this concealer only in the center of the eye. So it's kind of a way similar to doing a cut crease, I guess you could say. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. I hope y'all understood that. I'm just going to pull it from the crease line all the way down to the edge of that black and back. Not all the way back, but to about right here. Now what we're going to do is pick up this shade here, and I'm going to pack this brush as well. Give it a little tap. And we're going to place that right over where we laid that concealer. So we're just going to pack that right over that concealer. Don't worry, this is going to look a little crazy at first, but it's all going to come together. We're just going to press that in place. So once we get that color laid down, I'm going to take a small tapered brush, and I'm going to pick up this dark brown right here. I'm going to go ahead and pack the brush on that color too. I'm going to give it just a tad bit of a tap. And we're going to focus this right in the crease line. We're going to really work this color into the crease line. So we want to darken this up. And then we're going to flick it out as well, right up against that tape. Then we're going to lightly pull it into the inner corner of the eye. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that brown. And we're going to work it right across that black. And we're going to flick it out. So we're pretty much adding this color on top of the black, but kind of smearing it over the edge of the black. That way it gives you almost like a double eyeliner look. Don't worry if you feel like you put a little too much on, because we're going to fix that afterwards. Like I said, it's going to look a little crazy at first. So we're going to go ahead and keep lightly buffing that brown across the black and pulling it up a little bit and then flicking it out. Now once we get that on there, this is how we're going to clean it up. We're going to pick this shade up right here, and we're going to go ahead and pack that brush as well. Give it a little tap. And we're going to focus that right where that white is. So we're kind of giving a little bit of a yellow tint to it. So we're just going to pack that right over that white. It's going to give it more of a neutral color to it, the white. And we're just going to pull that on down a little bit. Then we're going to go back in with that tapered brush that we picked up the dark brown with. I'm going to dot it just a little bit in that brown. And then we're going to lightly and softly pull it across the top of that, and lightly and softly dust it across that black again. Now we're going to go ahead and pull the tape off. And I want to show you how we're going to clean this up in just a moment. We're taking that same tapered brush that we had that dark brown, and what's left on it, we're going to dust it right underneath the lower lash line. We're now going to take a flat angled brush, and we're going to pick up some black. We're going to use that black to tight line only the outer lower lash line. So we're just going to tap it right here. Now we're going to go ahead and clean up what little fallout that we do have underneath the eye. And all I do, since it's very minimal, I'm going to go ahead in with my Morphe Banana Rich setting powder. And I'm going to take a small sponge. I'm just going to go ahead and pack it underneath the eye. Then with a small fluffy brush, I'm just going to dust it off. Now we're going to go in with our liquid liner, and I like to use the Revlon's Color Stay Skinny one in the color Blackout. And you just follow that little line that's left from the tape if you'd like. If you have a hard time with a steady hand, then that helps out a lot as well. And you really don't need much since we use black eyeshadow right there as well. So if you decide you want to skip that step, that's fine as well too. I just like to have my liner really crisp and dark. So that's the reason why I went ahead and decided to add liner. But like I said before, you can go ahead and skip this step if you'd like. Okay, so once we get that on there, we're going to go ahead and add our mascara. So the lashes I decided to pair with this look today are my Olivia's. She's a shorter lash. She gives you a lot of thickness. She's great for daytime wear. You can also wear it into the evenings if you like, if you're not used to the longer lashes. If you'd like to go ahead and purchase your pair of Olivia's, you can look down below in the description box. I'll have all the makeup used in order to create this look, as well as where you can purchase these lashes, as well as these lovely lavish hair extensions that I'm wearing today. And the website is www.toolavishhair.com. Now let's go ahead and put these girls on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set her down. And I'm going to check the placement once I have her seated a little bit better. I think I love where she's placed now, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of lay her down a little bit closer to the lash line. I'm going to secure the inner corner all the way down to the lash line. Now I'm going to grab the outer edge and we're going to lift her up just a tad. And now I'm going to go ahead and secure her all the way down before the adhesive dries. Now just to finish her off, I like to go ahead and press down on the inner corner just to get her to shape nicely across my upper lid, and then lift her up a tad on the outer corner before the adhesive dries all the way, just to get her shaped nicely. And that completes the look. I hope y'all guys enjoyed this eyeshadow tutorial. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way you don't miss out any of my eyeshadow tutorials or my crazy wild story times. Also, don't forget to go over to my social media outlets on Instagram and follow me at Shavonne.Ritchie and my business page at 2lavishhair. There as well, you'll be able to find out when I have my sales on my website, if you'll need a discount code, or how much the sale is going to be for. So don't forget to go ahead and also give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below. I love hearing from you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.